Is your conducting talent being wasted? Perhaps you're watching others get opportunities while your career does not make enough progress. The truth is that most conducting careers don't fail because of lack of talent. They fail because of a few critical, avoidable mistakes. My name is Eduardo Portal, and I'm the founder of Passion for Conducting. Once I heard from a teacher that there were no possibilities left to become a professional conductor, but I will tell you something, he was wrong. In this video, I'm going to show you how I went from that classroom to conducting world-class orchestras like the London Philharmonic and many others in venues like the Royal Festival Hall. Today, I'm going to break down 5 career-ending mistakes I see conductors make every day, and I will give you the exact strategy to fix them. Mistake number 1, the waiting artist. This is the first and also the most dangerous mistake, waiting to be discovered. You work hard, you have the talent, you know the repertoire, and you believe that eventually someone will notice. The hard truth is that nobody is coming to find you. If you are not seen doing things, you will not be asked to do things. In this business, being invisible means being unemployed. The fix is powerful. Create your own opportunities to be discovered. You must develop a project that is extraordinary and attracts attention from ensembles or orchestras that you know. You can even put together your own ensemble for your special project. Think of John Wilson, who created an orchestra where all the first violins were leaders of British orchestras, and they performed old film music scores, which became a phenomenon. Or Nicholas Collon, whose Aurora Orchestra became famous for playing entire symphonies from memory. These conductors didn't wait. They built something that made the world pay attention. Mistake number 2, the competition gambler. The second mistake is believing that winning a competition is the only way in. You invest all your time and money into them, only to face constant rejection, which crushes your confidence and makes you want to quit. This is what we call a career trap. Be aware that not winning a competition is the normal thing. Only one candidate out of several hundreds will win, so you can be a great conductor and not win a competition. Also remember that if you don't win, nobody will ever know. People write in their biographies when they win a competition prize, not when they don't. Besides, I have seen many conductors win competitions and their careers go absolutely nowhere. Why? One of the reasons is that they were chasing the wrong prize. Here's the fix. Stop gambling and start being strategic. The real goal of a competition is not just winning, it's getting opportunities and exposure in a professional setting. So before you apply, you must look at the prize. Is it just money? Money disappears quickly. The real prize is opportunities, concerts, possibly with multiple orchestras. That is what opens doors. But there is also a silent prize, which is what you get when your exposure gets you noticed even without a win. That is what happened to me when I took part in a competition for an assistant conductor job. 2 of us got through to the final round, and I did well, but so did the other candidate, and he was offered the position. However, the orchestra manager rang me later to offer me some concerts with them, and that started my professional relationship with that orchestra, which was earlier than the concerts of the official competition winner. Mistake number 3, the symphonic purist. The third mistake is having tunnel vision and ignoring the world of opera, believing that a real career is only with symphony orchestras. This is a massive strategic error. By doing this, you are cutting yourself off from the most structured paid career development path that exists in our field, especially in Central Europe. Here is the fix. Understand and use the opera house ladder. In a country like Germany, there are over 50 opera houses with a clear hierarchical structure. If you happen to be a pianist, you can start at the bottom as a repetitor and over 10 or 15 years climb the ladder to Kapellmeister and beyond. This path provides a salary, constant work, and teaches you the invaluable skill of working with singers, an advantage most symphonic conductors simply don't have. Mistake number 4, the passive assistant. You might feel lucky enough because you have an assistant conductor position, and then you just do the job. You show up, you are helpful, but you don't leverage the full power of the position. This wastes the single biggest opportunity of your early career. An assistantship isn't just a job, it's a backstage pass to the entire professional world. If you don't use it, that door closes the moment your contract ends. Here is the fix. Use the position for credibility and connections. Having the title of assistant conductor for any orchestra immediately gets you attention. You could ring any organization and introduce yourself as the assistant conductor of such and such orchestra, which is much more interesting than introducing yourself as a conductor. This position will also enable you to meet influential people on the field. My own career is a proof. Some of the conductors that I met as assistant invited me to work with them or with their orchestras at a later stage. When I was assistant conductor at the Orchestra of the Age of Enlightenment, I conducted them in a concert. As things happen, the artistic director of the London Philharmonic came to that concert and invited me to conduct the LPO. That opportunity, which originally came from my assistant conductor position, opened many other doors. Mistake number 5, the silent marketeer. The final mistake is doing brilliant work in silence. You conduct a great concert or start an interesting project, but you never tell anyone about it. Doing great work that nobody knows about is a hobby, not a career. If the managers, agents, and festival directors who hire conductors don't know you exist, then you don't exist to the professional market. This is the fix. You must create a buzz. Use social media to document everything you do. And it's really important that you contact industry leaders and invite them to your concerts. Now, here is the secret. It doesn't matter if they don't come. What matters is that they start to see your name and they start to perceive you as someone active and interesting. You want to build a profile of yourself in their minds, so when they do need someone, your name is already on their list. This is exactly what I did when I conducted the London Philharmonic. I invited all the orchestra managers and agents that I knew of, knowing that most of them would not come. But I wanted to build an image of myself in their minds. This invitation awakened much interest in a number of people who at a later stage gave me some other opportunities. So let's recap the fixes. First, don't wait to be discovered. Just create your own extraordinary project. Second, stop gambling on competitions. Prepare yourself to win them and use them strategically for exposure, but never be frustrated if you don't win. Just assume that it will be that way. Third, don't ignore the opera. Climb the career ladder. Fourth, stop being the passive assistant. Leverage it for credibility and connections. And finally, stop being silent. Create a buzz about everything you do. It is possible to build a successful career. You just have to avoid those traps. If you want to learn more about conducting and how to develop your career, head to passionforconducting.com. You will find a huge amount of resources there which have helped thousands of conductors around the world. I hope this was helpful. My name is Eduardo Portal. I'm the founder of passionforconducting.com. See you very soon.